Hello, Divine Feminine, and welcome to a timeless reading of yours. Bear in mind a few things before we get ready for your reading. You have tapped into a collective reading. I-7th I'm holding at this time. This is not a personal one-to-one connection. So utilize your discernment to take all the bits and pieces that you enjoy within the reading and leave anything behind that may not have resonated. This is one of two sister channels that I run. This is the channel for Bastet. To gain access to her sister channel, you can check out the description box below. You'll find also various links to travel between the content that I have between the two channels, as well as my website if you want to know more information as to who I am as 7th. Please remember that whatever brings you here, I'm already getting the message here that you think this is about a love connection. So bear in mind that however you're affiliated to being here isn't conformed to seeing whether or not anything within this reading is for you. Please, however, remember that owning divine feminine energy is non-gender specific, and femininity and masculinity also is non-gender specific. So femininity has both feminine and masculine traits. Masculinity as well has feminine and masculine traits. Alright. I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. I'm a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. Alright, Divine Feminine. So, when it comes to love, are you someone who believes and reflects that love is conditional versus unconditional? Are you someone who is struggling between the two polarities? And can you accept that the battle between the two is the pursuit of unconditional love? Because to have a battle between conditional versus unconditional is to still understand that no matter what spectrum it is, conditional is a standard. Unconditional is a flow of a standard. And you can immediately sense for yourself which one you gravitate to the most. Are you someone who likes to be entangled and uncomfortable? Or are you someone who is on a pursuit to detangle? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yep. The Chariot. So, it is your perception of the energy that meets you, that creates the reality that faces you, and that you face in return. More or less accepting also that what you experience is late to what you've asked for. Meaning everything in the sense of time frame to trigger your thought is to understand that everything in the future has already been more or less predetermined by some of the choices or indecisions of you. And so what is occurring in real time is the residual consequences of that equation, the internal workings of thyself. So, yeah. Ether doesn't give a shit about your emotions, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between and beyond. The emotions, however, are 100% valid to creating a life journey. But ask Mother Nature if she cares that you're emotional, and she will not give a shit. She will, however, cater to what you need to get rid of and help you detox that shit. And that's a different relationship to what I constitute the relationship to Creator is of Mother to be. So however you're a child to that is however you will feel the love connection to that. And you will predetermine for yourself whether that pursuit of your relationship with ether, your relationship with your internal workings, and what you give permission to yourself, what you allocate as your intuitive know-how, your energy sensitivity, your intellect, your wisdom, your maturity, your alpha, your beta and omega, okay? Whatever you dictate, the allocations of what you absorb, what you release, everything is your responsibility. It is no one else's responsibility. You think you're battling a war between light and dark? That's being a vestibule of a receptor to accepting darkness and light. Period. I'm not going to get into much detail right now as to why dark energy does not travel, but I will clarify that dark energy grows. Okay? So, in interconnectedness, you best believe energy of darkness can grow into the stratosphere of who and where you may be. But as far as deliverance of such, impossible. You get to dictate your choice whether you believe in that or not. But again, constructing your own belief attached to the emotions that are triggered, especially within this reading, is absolutely invalid to ether. For ether, it's a flow. For you, it's mini justice. Whew. The undeniable flow, the undeniable passion to know that the energy has met you. And maybe your consciousness is delivering you also labels of what you have been experienced and been exposed by and with and towards and feel. Period. Okay? Whether you think you are sitting on top of mass that is destructive for yourself is your responsibility to get up and away from. If you feel that people are looking down at you while you have an opportunity in leadership to sway a mass opinion, then it requires you to get up, be humble, and participate in a flow of humankind. Okay? This is not... Don't get shit twisted, I'm hearing, with what is selfishness and what is pridefulness. Look at that. All those emotions being triggered, huh? 744. Yeah, I don't like it. I know you don't, because the feeling of the 7, all right, and I'm 7th, so I understand it. I get it, all right? The highest form of ego mask for that 7th energy is fuck it. Because the amount of independent, personal, emotional understanding, inner dwellings, everything inside is absolutely bewildering of an experience, especially if you consider yourself energy sensitive or psychic or whatever the stratosphere is, all right? But your awareness of your consciousness takes you that far and takes in whatever labels it wants to have to permit itself to continue a flow. Whether you accept that dictation of your life, that's in derivatives of how your life unfolds and your eyewitness appeal to how it's unfolding. If you don't like the way it's unfolding, you gotta get in there and refertilize. Gotta get in there and refertilize means you gotta take accountability to the shit that you want to bring foundation to with the 4 here. All right? It starts here, it starts here, it starts in the gut, it's everything. It's 3 bodies. Queen of Pentacles. You came in knowing, you're leaving knowing. Success. can't even pick up the cards. Okay. Jesus. How symbolic, all fire energy. We have King of Wands, Nine of Wands, Knight of Wands. So why do I say symbolic? Because it's on the floor. Okay? Let that shit burn. Let that shit go. Okay? Part of that is to administer your flow and understand the flow wants to burn itself out. It literally wants to burn itself out. Okay, so part of that is give yourself permission to have an eyewitness stance to a certain situation, which is probably your whole entire stratosphere of consciousness, okay? Give yourself time and patience. Breathe air into the dominion of your time and space. Whoa. Breathe air into the dominion of your time and space. This will help you have kind of like a Ace of Wands energy to this, okay? You have always a hand in the situation, but you're given in the beginning of the reading an opportunity to see whether or not the hand is being given to you to grasp the situation, yeah? It's asking you, do you see it? With the Chariot being behind it. Then you have your hand on the situation. 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 So you're good. Relax. Relax. Listen, you have to understand that if you didn't want the clues to settle the darkness up into this reading, the reading is not going to do that for you either. You know what they are. You know what your shadow work is to be. So there is no more trying to warn you that you must alert yourself to the shadow work that is very much part of you for the shit that you keep wanting to make manifest. It is a duality you cannot ignore. Period. You acknowledge your shadow. You defeat the shadow that grows. Ugh. What is it? What? Three of Pentacles. The blame of someone else. The blame of this person owes you this person. No, that's your trauma talking. That's your trauma remembering something as to why it was born in the first place. Whose responsibility is it to heal those wounds? You are. I'm not addressing the fact that that is easy, but you have to force yourself to bring full circle of acknowledgement that it is you that has to show up to it. Make that first step, and then things will be far easier. Okay, look at this. The unconditional dog. The flow. The flow that's in charge of the conditional versus the unconditional. I'm hearing humans are funny. It's like here with the Chariot, which is in charge of giving you the analogy that everything is in your hands kind of thing. You're having hands on things, right? Look at it. It's also imposing that you're the one in the Chariot, but you're like taking the ride and you're not sure whether or not you can like hold on to these horses of the cavalry. It's like, do I hold on? Is this a chaotic, bumpy ride? I don't know. Can I just sit down and enjoy? I don't know what's going on. Or look what's over there. I don't know. I gotta get up and see. I don't know what's going on in there. All right, but it's more or less that. All right, I want to get up and see. And Queen of Swords, she's asking you to see. She's asking you to feel in spite of the pain. Feel in spite of the pain. And feeling, feeling in spite of the pain. Come on now. Come on now. You're going to still be afraid of this card? The Death card? Come on. This is the card that you want to see come up to show you that darkness grows. It does not travel. But once you address full disclosure to who and what you are and address that shit, or bringing that disclosure to it, boy, do you bring an ending to that. And that is a transformation. Lord. Y'all need to eat better. Eating in all ways. Physically eating, drinking, consumption of what you're watching, listening to, all of that jazz. There's that fucking Three of Pentacles. Lord. You know, follow it then. You gotta follow it. You gotta follow the brain as to whom and what it all wants to fucking like blame until the very fucking end, until you hear no more. Take yourself to that journey and see how long you last. See how long you last. Heads up, some people call that meditation, so be wary, my friend. The darkness will not evade you. Because look, you got your hand on the situation. Stop being so damn afraid, please. I was going to say the Hierophant flipped. I was like, yeah, your faith. And then, no, they're like, yeah, faith, your faith. Yeah, I get it. You ain't going to find it over here, though. I'm sorry. You're not going to find the mercy over here, nor over there. You ain't going to find it. What you design in your own mental aptitude is your own sovereignty. If you stay with it, that's your doing. If you change, that's your doing. If you want to redesign your opinion, that is your fucking choice. But if you're going to convince anyone that you are arrested into making sovereign decisions, well then you are on absolute fucking lockdown. You are not thinking for yourself. You are not the independent Christ child of ether. Where's the Hermit card when you need it? Where is she? Where's that shit? You ain't gonna find it over here. Whatever the fuck you're looking for, ain't gonna be found. It's not gonna be found over here. It's not. What you're finding is yourself over here, and that's what this is. This is what this is. Yourself. All up in it, all up out it. As above, as below. As within, so without. Your business. Your business. Left and right. Up and down. Yeses and no's. Left and right. Up and down. North and south. East and west. And all that shit is all yours. All yours. That thought over there, yeah, yours too. That residual thought back there, you too. Got no voices? Might want to work on that third eye. We went there. Be your own hero. I'm hearing the Hierophant say. Be your own hero. Ha. I know most of y'all are quiet. Y'all are quiet, and that's okay. Fine. Be quiet. But Lord, know that as you are quiet, you are loud. So mind yourself. Ace of Wands. Look at that shit. Reading's fucking over. I'm not. Look at that. Look at the blame game. Three of Swords at the bottom of the game, saying it's just emotions. It's part of the journey. You know, being all lovey-dovey. Look around has not helped anyone. Oh, come here, little bubbles. Come here, little bubby. Because some people are squeezed to death and are still wondering if that's unconditional or conditional love. Ooh, the pussy. Ooh, the pussy. There's a fucking difference, isn't there? There's a difference when someone says, ooh, woody, 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 and ooh, woody, 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 woody. Come on, let's be fucking real. Oh, I know I said the reading's over, but you're like, it's emotional. I can't. I just absolutely can't. I cannot. Look at this. Look at this shit. If you dare go anywhere. We got the King of Cups. We got the Queen of Cups. We got the Page of Cups. We got the Five of Pentacles. We got the Two of Wands. How much more are you trying to convince me that's the emotional trauma? How much more are you trying to convince me that it's all about the emotions and your wisdom comes from your emotional journey? How much you're going to try to have that conversation with me? Let's go. The best part is that we're not going to have the conversation. I get it. But we're not going to have the conversation. So let's hear it. Lord, what is it? Yeah. No more. I'm done. Done. Case fucking closed on here, alright? Sister energy is coming through. Done. Gavel, done. Alright, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Alright. Go ahead. Be on thy very, very way. Look at that. Be on your way. Because you understand something. But what you're understanding is a detox of emotions that have absolutely nothing to do with the unconditional pursuit of what is to be gravitated to, magnetized, and live within and surrender into with a breath, with a state of awareness, with a tug of war, of your breath belonging in it. Okay? What you find emotional at the end of that sentence is absolutely different than the journey that got you here to listen to this reading. That's the difference. Okay? Alrighty. With that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in this ether of time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.